Hey guys! So I learned some really valuable lessons lately about how important it is to talk to other people that are in recovery going through the same things as you. Because if you're like me, my boyfriend, he is not a drug addict. He doesn't use drugs, so he will say what he'll say what he can to make me feel better, but really he doesn't know how to make me feel better because he hasn't been there himself. And then my family's the same way. None of them are struggling with addiction like me. I'm like the black sheep. So they'll be there for me, show me love, whatever, support, but they don't really know what to say either. Lately, I've been struggling most with insomnia. For some reason, ever since I struggled on my birthday, my brain has been making it hard for me to go to sleep naturally. And I'm just like, oh my God, why is this perking up again? Usually I'd struggle with insomnia like right after I quit using drugs and I'm in withdrawal, physically struggling, but it was all mental. It was like mentally, I couldn't go to sleep. I was struggling. So I got like 2 or 3 hours in it'd be like within 2 or 3 days, I get 2 or 3 hours. It was terrible. But the good news is I talked to other people that were in recovery, talked to other people that are going through exactly what you're going through. I talked to this 30-year addict who was like, have you tried hot tea that has melatonin in it? And I was like, no, I haven't, but I've tried everything. I've tried smoking weed, I've tried kratom, I would say all these things that I've tried. And he'd be like, chill out, like you're already basically making it sound like nothing will help you except going back into addiction. So he's like, give things a chance, stop being so negative. And I did. I was like, fine, okay, you're right. Like he would just talk me out of these really negative, he would always have something to counter my negativity. And then I would say stuff like, I've been struggling with this on and off for 10 years. I'd get clean for years and then I'd relapse. What makes me think this time's any different? And he'd be like, you're talking to a 30-year addict. And I turned my life around. And I was like, God, you're right. 30 years, wow. So hearing that made me feel better. And that's just me. Like I just started attacking my whole situation and I'm like, I'm boxing myself in. And then I'd say stuff like, yeah, but then I did fentanyl and that's so much worse than all the other opiates. Like your body's so dependent on it. Like acting like that was what made me hopeless. And he was like, I did fentanyl for 30 years. And I'm like, oh, I didn't realize you did fentanyl too. Damn, so he's just like, and this guy's been shot. So like shot several times. I've never been shot. Like it could always be worse. And you could always find negative things to focus on. But talking to other people in recovery is very important, and that's something that I never did throughout my recovery. I would always stop using and act like it never happened and just try to live a normal life, but then for some reason I would relapse again and not know why, but it's because I wasn't really digging deep and I wasn't going to the meetings. Those things aren't fun. It's not fun to go places and admit you're an addict and talk to other addicts and stuff, and really those things are hard to face. But they are necessary, and I'd much rather be uncomfortable in a meeting talking about these things than struggling behind the scenes and possibly dying. So yeah, if you struggle with sleep too, whether it's early in your recovery from withdrawal or like me where you're past the physical but mentally you're still recovering, your brain is still learning on how to cope with life, give it time. Time heals. Talk to other people in recovery because they understand and they know exactly what to say. So yeah, it was a hard few days, but I tried that tea. I gave it some time, and the last 2 nights I've gotten incredible sleep again. So I'm feeling so hopeful, and I will take days like this where I'm uncomfortable, thrown back into some rough mental spaces, then back in that active addiction every day, acting like just not facing my problems anymore. I'm doing it, I'm dealing with it head on, I'm going to more meetings, I'm talking to my counselors more, and I'm telling you, it's doing wonders for me. So if you're also struggling with these same things, don't give up. We got this. It may be hard sometimes, but There's no other solution to this. If you keep going back, the nightmare will never end. But if you put yourself in the uncomfortable life of recovery, it will get better. I know it will, because it already has. So I've gotten good sleep. I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll talk to y'all later.